Hello. Hi, everyone. Let me start some light here while you all come in. Uh, Got my candles, got my Halloween stuff. I like to light a little candle, get in the right mood for the month of October. So, hello. If you are new here, I'm Rosa Linda Román. I go by Rosa Linda, and I'm an author. I used to tell people I'm an author of conspiracy thrillers and sailing memoirs. As of yesterday, I am changing that. I still have my conspiracy thrillers. This is Losing Sight of the Shore, How to Live on a Boat Without Killing Your Family. That's my memoir about living on a boat with my family, 3 kids and a German Shepherd and my husband. We've lived on several boats over the years. We actually split our time between our home here in New Mexico in the USA and on a boat. Right now, our boat is currently in Greece. So that's not changing. But the reason I wanted to do this live shot is I realized I haven't been great at marketing or sharing my process as an author, and I haven't been very good at reaching out and letting people know about what I'm up to. So it's a new month, and it's one of my favorite months because I super love Halloween and all of that jazz. So that brings me to my other books. I've been telling everyone they are conspiracy thrillers. It's currently a trilogy, but my 4th book is, this is the 2nd book, this is the 3rd book. These are author copies. So you can see there's a line across the beautiful cover by Jacqueline Sweet. So it wouldn't normally have that stripe across it. But anyway, I've been saying that these are conspiracy thrillers. And I've noticed some of the books that I'm up against in Amazon, because I am a self-published author, are not necessarily they fit. It is a thriller. There are thriller elements, but there's more to it than that. And so I started to learn. I have several amazing author mentors who have helped me to figure out where's my market, what's my genre, all of that kind of stuff. And yesterday I was having a great talk with one of my mentors, A.K. Vyas, we were looking at something called the also bots. And actually, let me put my glasses on and see if I can show you what I'm talking about. Hang on. I'm sharing my screen. Yeah, let's try to share a tab here. And this one. Okay, so this is my book on Amazon, the first in the series, Catalina's Chronicles. And as you can see, great reviews. People like the book. It's been getting some great response. But like I said, I haven't been great at sharing it. And so as I was going through this with my mentor, we looked at this part. Customer also bought. They call them also bots. They either bought or read these same customers bought these books. And if you look at it, they're all mysteries. Most of them. I think all of them. All of the ones that were comparable are mysteries or mystery thrillers. And so let me stop sharing and come back to where I am. And so it got me to thinking, maybe I have been in the wrong genre. So that's number one. And then I started looking at, well, what other genre could that be? What could it be? It could be mystery more than thriller, because I started thinking like Jason Bourne, Bourne Identity, and Reacher, or some of these where it's like, or like 24, where it's never stopping. There's no like thrillers all the time, constant, nonstop action. There is action, there are thrills, but there's also like this mystery, because the main character is a television news reporter, Catalina Cruz, and she is solving these mysteries. She's dealing with a lot of personal issues because she is basically digging into some very powerful men's misbehavior. And so I started to think, okay, well, there is that mystery element. And then I realized, I looked at several of the books that I just showed you, and many of them were women's fiction and women crime, women mysteries, thrillers, specifically women sleuths. And I was like, oh, my character is kind of a sleuth. Several of my readers have mentioned that she's solving mysteries. She's kind of like a detective, but I hadn't thought of putting it in that category because she's not a detective. She's, investigating. So all of this to say, that was a change I made yesterday because we are trying to figure out more about how to reach the readers who want this kind of book. And the reason for that is because book number 4, which is the final one in this series, comes out. I just put it up on pre-order yesterday or the day before on Amazon. And so I want to make sure I have it set up for success. I want to make sure this series, the people who would love it, are actually getting to see it. So part of that is why I'm here. I wanted to start reaching out and doing some live videos and start sharing the process. And that's why I called it scary self-publishing and other spooky stuff, because I've had some really interesting challenges since, I don't know if I mentioned, but at the beginning of this year, I rapid released this trilogy. So these 3 books came out. This one came out in January, Death Wounds. Pyropastor came out in February. And then Lethal Bonds came out in April. And so I've learned a lot. I made a lot of mistakes. Just this month, I had a major one, which I will tell you about another day. But my hope is that I'll start sharing some of the process with you here on my author pages. And that if you've enjoyed this, maybe you'll check out the books. And if you have already read the books, maybe you'll give me a review. And if you love the books, maybe you'll share them with your friends. I recommend if somebody wants to read the series, definitely go to that QR code up there or in the show notes. That will be book 1, because you do want to start the series with Death Wounds. So I guess that's all I wanted to say. It's October. It's a great month, the beginning of a new month. I just had my birthday just last week, so I feel like it's a new year for me and the beginning of this new chapter. So since it is now kind of a mystery, women's fiction, sleuthy thing, hopefully I can share some of that journey on this. This is a month for mysteries, and I love Halloween, so I'm going to just keep sharing whatever I can. I think I'm going to try to read some of the books somewhere along the way. I'm not exactly sure what I'll share, but maybe you can chime in. Let me know in the comments, what would you like to learn more about? I'd love to share and show up for you. So thank you for watching. I'm Rosa Linda Román, and I hope you'll check out my books. Okay, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.